What a great day to be down beside the river. River larking for all the old Victorian and Edwardian stuff that's been washed in from the banks. I have to admit it's a bit cold, even though it's about 20 degrees and it has been for a while. It doesn't take long to find something, and it's all been washed down from the Victorian tip, which you can see behind me on the opposite bank. This is the tip that in Victorian times they came from tens of miles away to chuck all their rubbish into this big open tip, which you can see is about 30 feet deep and covers many, many acres, too many to count. It's not long before I find my first coin, which is rather lucky because it's the first thing I found in here. Soon followed by, I think it's a lead weight, or should I say, more of a I'm trying to see it under the water. Probably a bag seal. It's got it's got FJB and S. FJB and S. Reading it under the water was a little bit difficult, but I'm sure that's what it says. For a moment there I was spooked because I found a crayfish, and it's the red flag. So much so that I drifted downstream and I let go of the rock that was holding me down. One or two more finds are in my basket. They are what looks like a key and a medieval nail. Certainly not a modern one, it was handmade, this nail. I'll show you it. The river levels are very, very low at the moment. We haven't had any rain for several weeks. This is probably the lowest it's going to get, but I must tell you, shallow pools are usually warm, but this one is actually still quite cold. Ah, there's another find It's another nail. Oh, and a fork. Now, sadly, yes, it is. Yeah, it's not a silver fork. I thought it was a silver one, but it's not. It's an old silver-plated one. But notice it's easier to feel around whilst flapping your hand to disturb the silt so it flows away. Now I've found what looks like a wheel, but I'm fairly sure it's not. I'll take a closer look when I get out. Just moved on to a new spot which is a little bit shallower. I found it's easier and clearer to see the bottom, even though it's not very deep, when a little bit of water is allowed to enter my mask. It seems to clear the mist. Oh yes, another coin. Brilliant. I think it's a knackered sixpence, but I'll be able to tell when I get out. And if it's got plenty of silver in it, then maybe I can make a coin ring from it too. It's a shame I can't bring a camera into the water, but I've just found a little piece of lead which looks like a star with 5 points. And it's got a word on one side. I'm sure there's plenty of artifacts in here, but I just cannot get rid of all the silt. So I've allowed myself to float downstream, so any silt that I disturb is immediately flushed away by the tide. Another piece of lead. And another sixpence. Now I've 2 sixpences now, plus an unknown coin, which might also be a sixpence. I tell you what, there's plenty of crayfish in here. I keep finding loads of baby ones. They're tucked underneath the rocks when I move the boulders on the bottom. Yeah, I think I'm soon going to have to get out now. It's getting a bit chilly.
Blimey, I'm freezing. I spent probably about 40 minutes in the water and it's cold, but I found a sixpence and one or two bits of other artefacts as well. But what a great day. Fantastic.